everyone, my name is Jackie and today I'm sharing with you my TBR for the Magical Readathon N.E.W.T.s edition. So I got my wizarding career guidebook right here and I decided to try out for ministry worker in the Department of Mysteries, which means I need N.E.W.T.s. I need an A in Charms, an A in Defense Against the Dark Art, an A in Potions and an A in Transfigurations, plus at least 4 O's at N.E.W.T.s level in your selected disciplines. Alternatively, inquire within the ministry after 5 years of ministry service. So, that was the plan. So, I took 4 more subjects which I want to get O's in, and I also picked for the 4 which I need A's in, all the 3 books, so that I can get O's if I want to. So there's only 4 subjects in which I did not choose a TBR, which I maybe will read if I have some more time. It means I have 24 books on my TBR for August, which is a lot, but let's just see how it goes. And now I'm going to show you my TBR. So, first class is Care of Magical Creatures. And to get an A, I need to read a book that starts with an A. And for this, I decided to go easy on myself, and I chose Avatar: The Last Airbender Smoke and Shadow Part 1, which is a really short comic, but a really great one. And this comics continue the story after the TV show ends, and it's really great. For an E, I need to read a book under 300 pages, which is easy. I just go with Part 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender Smoke and Shadow. And to get an O, I need to read a book with a bird on the cover, and for this I decided to finally read Harry Potter: A History of Magic. So, for Charms, to get an acceptable, I need to read a book with a gorgeous cover, and for this I decided to read This Time Will Be Different by Misa Sigura? I hope I pronounce it right. The main character's family owns a flower shop in this book, but they're planning to sell it. But they're planning to sell it to a family who swindled their family out of their property when Japanese Americans were sent to internment camps during World War II. So of course she isn't happy with that. To get and exceed expectations, I need to read a graphic novel or comic or manga, and for this I decided to read Part 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And to get an outstanding, I need to read a paperback, for which I just decided to read Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs, which are some fairy tale-like stories set in the world of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And it's really short, so it's easy to read. To get an A in Defense Against the Dark Arts, I need to read a book that's black under the dust jacket, for which I chose The Caged Queen by Kristen Ciccarelli, which is a companion to The Last N.E.W.T.s, which was a great book about dragons and stories, and it's just amazing. And it's black. So, to get an E in Defense Against the Dark Arts, there was this fun thing where you just had to pick the first book from your TBR you could think of, which for me was King of Scars by Lee Bardugo, which is quite a bit, but I can't wait to read it because I love Six of Crows so much. So this book is about Nikolai, and that's actually all I know about it and all I need to know, because Nikolai is just amazing. And to get an outstanding in Defense Against the Dark Arts, I need to read a book by an English author, for which I chose Solitaire by Alice Oseman, which I don't own a physical copy of, but I will insert the cover here. And I can't wait to read it. I don't really know much about it, but I'm absolutely in love with her webcomic series Heartstoppers, so I just had to read it. So, for divination, to get an acceptable, I need to read a book with a white cover, for which I chose Evermore by Sarah Holland, which is the sequel to Everless. And it sets in a world where time is a currency, and you get it out of your blood and you pay with it, but you also get paid with it, so the rich are living very, very long and the poor are dying very, very young. And yeah, the first one was pretty great, so I can't wait to read this one. For an acceptable, you need to read either a short story or a short story collection. You can read only one, even though it doesn't count on Goodreads if you do so. But I'm going to try and read all of The Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Lee Bardugo, which are fairy tales set in the world of the Grishaverse or Six of Crows, just this one. And this is so beautiful, and I love the inside too, and I wanted to read it for so long, and now I finally will. And to get an outstanding, I need to read the book I last purchased, for which I'm going to read the Fairyload book for July, which should arrive during the next week, and then will of course be the last one I purchased before the readathon starts, because I don't plan to purchase any more after that. So I can't really tell you anything about it. I have a suspicion which book it is, but I'm not going to tell here because I don't want to spoil anyone. So for an acceptable in herbology, I need to listen to an audiobook, for which I chose Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo, because I'm going to read to Six of Crows during the next 10 days, and then I just want to read Crooked Kingdom again before I start King of Scars. So to get and exceed expectations, I need to read a book that has between 350 and 390 pages, which was interesting to find, but I did. I chose Given to the Sea by Minnie McGuinness. I don't know what this book is about. I know it was in a fairy loot ages ago, long before I purchased it, so I wanted to read it, but I really have no idea what it's about, and I don't really want to. I just want to go in it blind. And for an outstanding, you of course need a flower on the cover, for which I chose Smoke in the Sun by Renee Adier. I really enjoyed the first one. It's an amazing story about a girl who's attacked on the way to her future husband, and she disguises herself as a boy and infiltrates the clan she thought tried to kill her. And it's just amazing. Also, I'm going to meet Renee Adier and I'm so happy. So, for an acceptable in History of Magic, I need to read a fantasy book. For this I chose Witchmark by C.L. Park. This is the German edition, and again, I have no idea what it's about, but I got it as an art at work, so I can't wait to read this one. For an exceed expectations, I need to read a book for MAP, for which I chose Viper by Bex Hogan, and as you can see, there's the map. Seriously, I have no idea what most of these books are about, because I just didn't read into it that much because I didn't want to. I want to be surprised by these books, so yeah. And to get an outstanding, I need to reread a book, for which I chose Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, but I'm going to listen to this on audiobook too. Rainbow Rowell is just great, and Fangirl is about a girl named Kath who goes to college, and she's this great fan of the Simon Snow books, and she writes fan fictions for Simon Snow. And she's very shy, and it's just an amazing story about her starting college and so on. And yeah, I can't wait to read this again. For potions, to get an acceptable, I need to read a friend's favorite, or a booktuber's favorite, or just someone's favorite. And I chose A Torch Against the Night by Sarah Tahi, which is the second book in the An Ember in the Ashes series. This is one of Clockwork Reed's favorite books, so it counts for this challenge, and I really enjoyed the first one. I just read it, so I can't wait to read the second one. So to get and exceed expectations, I need to read a book in my house colors, which, because I'm a Ravenclaw, is blue, so I decided to finally read Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead by Rick Riordan. This is the third and final book in the Magnus Chase series, and I really love the first two, so I can't wait to read it. So in this book, the gods are Nordic, and Magnus Chase has to fight to save the world. Again, I mean, there are so many near world destroying things happening in Rick Riordan's books, it's really insane, but it's really fun, so that's the next one. And to get an outstanding, I need to read a book with a prologue, for which I chose The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannon, which is another book I've had for ages and don't know anything about, but it has a prologue, so I'm finally going to read it. For configuration, to get an acceptable, I need to read a book with LGBTQIA+ rep, for which I chose Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagano, which is another book I've had for way too long to read. It was another fairy loot book, and I'm always up for reading fairy loot books because they're always amazing, and I really love this cover and I can't wait to read it. I know I'm always saying the same things about the books, but it's just true. I have so many amazing books I just want to read, and I just don't manage most of the time, which is really sad. For an exceed expectations, I need to read a book that's not a first in a series, and for this I decided to go with Fierce Like a Firestorm by Lana Popovic, which is the sequel to another fairy loot pick. It was about two sisters. I don't really know much about it anymore. It wasn't what I usually would read, but I enjoyed it, so I'm going to read the second one, but I can't really explain very much now. There was magic, and there was this kind of coven who wanted the girls to be a part of them, but the girls didn't want to, I think. I don't know. I think I need to read a summary again before I can read the second one, because I'm totally confused right now. But yeah, I'm going to read this one, and it's really short, so that's not a problem at all. And for the last pick, for an outstanding, I need to read a book with over 500 pages, and I don't own a physical copy of my pick, because it's Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, and I'm going to read an ebook and I'm going to put the cover here. So I just know that it's about an angel and a demon and it's the end of the world, but someone lost the Antichrist and they need to find him. And it sounds so amazing, and I've seen some shots from the series and it's just so great, and I can't wait to read this one. So there are 4 more classes for which I did not pick any books because it would be way too much, since I also have to work in August. But if I manage all of this, which I'm not entirely sure I will be able to do, then I'm going to pick some more books for Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Astronomy and Magic Studies. I will be a very overqualified witch. Alright, so that's a lot of books I have here to read, and I'm a little bit intimidated by my TBR. Let's just see how it works. I might be vlogging the readathon, I might not. I'm not entirely sure because I'm really bad at vlogging. But yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!